So this is what I say. This is I actually believe this. We as men, we actually set that stage early in the relationship. So let's say she has some of those ratchet tendencies. If you don't accept that and she accepts you not accepting that, you can actually she will change that behavior pattern to fit what you're telling her if she believes you're telling her right. So
It,
I think that this kind of goes back to what you were saying with Tone. First of all, I want to say this. I want to clear the air with Hink and Ricky. They're my brothers. There will never be any Ricky or Hink slander. You didn't slander them, by the way. I'm just saying. Um, and I would argue that their tone and their delivery hasn't changed. The way you hear them changes, which actually fits into. I listen to both them brothers quite a bit now.
no, I
I
say
think the way
Ricky. I
you
said Ricky. Ricky has definitely changed, and I actually, on one of the panels he was on, told him I noticed that, and he said he's been working on it. So he
I don't
has.
know. I don't know.
Now it may come out other times. I'm just saying, from the time that I first met him to the transformation, the small that I'm seeing, when the last time that I've seen him, it was a difference, and I had to give him a shout out. I had to give him credit where credit was due. I had to give him credit's due. But like Hink is hinking. You know what I'm saying? I got to know him in this space a little better.
So it sounded different to you.
The deliver
Like
no
you hear it, you
Hink
see you
is the
hear it.
same.
You say see that phrase right there. You said Hink is hinking. You got to know him a little better, which means when you know somebody a little bit better, it's easier to understand their point of view, where they're coming from, which means they sound a little different to your ears,
No, that's what
even
I'm
though.
saying. He hasn't changed.
And
He he
I don't think
he
either one of them
hasn't
has
changed.
changed.
I'll give him that. He's been consistent from the day that I met him till now. Hink is gonna get Hink. The difference, like you said, the difference is because now I know that that's his personality. It's not that I'm hearing different. He's still saying the same stuff. It's that I can tolerate it better. That is more of a toleration more so than a change. Because he, like he said, he gonna stand on his 10 toes. He's gonna and he ain't gonna change. And I see that about him. There's just certain moments, and I noticed that those moments typically come when he's talking to other men, where it sounds like he got some sense. Not like he speaks in like it sounds like, man, how come he don't say this when we're in the presence of other, when there's women in the presence of other men? When he's speaking where there's women in his presence, you're gonna hear the hinking. When he's
Y'all,
talking to other men,
yeah, y'all be saying some dumb shit too.
I'm just saying. I know this is
And he gonna tell you that's some bullshit. He can say it to you.
I've literally heard Hink say some of the same stuff that I've said on this panel amongst other men, and he got on me about it or got on other women who was like agreeing, but then get in the space among King Talk, and then among you guys will say something. I mean, of course, he say in a different way than I deliver because I deliver like a woman, but he'll say basically the same thing that I'm saying. I'm like, damn, I said that. He about it, but now he's in the presence of other men and he's saying the same thing. So I do think that that's why we were saying sometimes I guess we do need a space where women are just talking amongst women because the energy changes depending on the men that's in the room. Like the conversation that we're having right now with y'all, it would be totally different with a Hink energy. It would be people bring different energy, and that's honestly, I'm not slandering Hank. He's just the one that I think of right now that's in here with that hard, like, I mean, here we roar kind of energy. And then the other men in that like that they'll like big him up. Yeah, tell him, Hank. Like it sounds like men want women to be humbled so much that even in the delivery and the way that they speak is to kind of be like, yeah, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like that energy. And then you have other men that will be in a chat like, yeah, that's why I like Hink. He don't be taking up from these hoes. And and I don't think Hink is that dude. I really don't, because he wouldn't have found a wife if that was the case. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, I mean, is like you said, Hink be hinking. I think I got to the point where I can tolerate him because I know him a little better. I could tolerate his delivery, not him as a person, but tolerate his delivery because I've gotten to know him behind the scenes as well, in terms of like when we're, backstage talking or whatever, I get to see a different side of him, you know? So I think that's the difference.
So,
Oh,
oh,
no, it was one of those hums where I'm just gonna let Miss Take and have it because I still think that when we talk about knowing somebody and getting to understand somebody, that you begin to understand their message a little bit differently. You start to hear it a little bit differently. I'm not saying that you completely fold and did a 180 because you understand them. It's just that it sounds you understand the place that they're coming from because you know that it's not from a place of hostility. You know it's not from a place of hate. And most of the time, now I've seen him troll certain women on panels, but outside of that, most of the time it's not from a place of I'm gonna rock her shit just for the sake of rocking her shit. It is, yo, ma'am, you out of line in his way. 'Cause the way I say it is, ma'am, you're out of line. Can we tone down the rhetoric? I actually said that on a panel once to be tailored, but it's I'm about the dialogue, so I love having a dialogue. Anyway, I'm about to go off and go in the left field. Go ahead, Miss Shan.
I was gonna do this super chat. You are
All right, Myron, $5 again. Thank you, Myron. You have first been the good man, then used the best tone to deliver the message. It works in my marriage and even other females I talk to. See, that's a grown man right there.
You have you have first been the
Well,
good
he's saying
man.
be a good man first, then you be able to use tone and delivery when you're talking. So once I think men understand that, they move so much further with women. But I find sometimes in these spaces, men that don't have the ability to do that, that they lack emotional not just emotional intelligence. That is part of emotional intelligence, being able to know how to communicate to your audience. But I think because they lack that ability in that area, that's when they go into the conversation about, here's the tone, police, or why are you so focused on the tone? Just listen to what the person is saying. It's because I think they lack that communication dexterity to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to do that. So they just want you to just listen to what I'm saying, but not understanding that as a woman, if you don't have the right tone and delivery, it's something in us. We can't listen. It's very hard for us to listen. We automatically gonna get defensive. So if you truly want us to get what you're trying to say and come from, you are going to have to learn how to deliver your message the right way. It point blank.
I can dig that.
Harrison Davis, HD, pull up. Being feminine doesn't stop because you got to deal with stuff you don't want to deal with.
well, you can still be a feminine woman, but you can go into masculine energy. Everybody has feminine energy, everybody has masculine energy. And it depends on where you are, which one you have, which one show up.